Hey, I'm Mark. I'm the founder and CEO of Safe, and today I'd like to give you a really quick rundown of what Safe is and how it works. So, in a sentence, Safe is a violence encounter tool to capture unsafe situations and get help. So, in the world we live in nowadays, sadly, you don't really realize this, but it's inherently dangerous, and odds are that most of us ultimately are going to be in a situation where we may feel very uncomfortable or where we may be in harm's way. For instance, we might get pulled over by the police. You might be at a party and you're feeling uncomfortable. There's a myriad of situations, really. And I could go on and on about what these are, but what's critical and important to realize is that in these situations, you want to have the peace of mind that things are being captured, that you're essentially getting help, that the people you want to know about what's going on are being notified and can see exactly what's going on. And for all of this to happen discreetly, you want to be able to accessibly capture these situations, and that ultimately is what I wanted to achieve through Safe. So instead of just telling you what Safe is, I thought it'd be cool to just, show you, right? So in this case, I've got, I confiscated my dad's phone, and then I have my phone here. In this case, I'm just gonna go through a simple example. Say I'm walking home from the gym, this case, to activate Safe, I just press this button. So I'll go ahead and press this button. This will automatically open the app. So when I do, I'll just go ahead and tap to Safe. So when I tap to Safe, whenever I start capturing an incident, immediately what will happen is my phone will alert my emergency contacts, will notify my emergency contacts through an SMS. In this case, as you can see, my dad just received an SMS and it says, Mark Music is actively in emergency. Click on this link to see exactly what's going on. So that leads me to the second point, which is the app is also capturing my camera in real time. It's capturing my real live location. It's capturing absolutely everything that's going on. It's capturing my battery also, and it's streaming all this to the cloud and then relaying it to my emergency contacts so they can see what's going on in real time. So in this case, I'll just go ahead and tap on this link my dad just received, it'll open this website, open this link, which is again automatically generated for each incident, and he can see a map's location of where I am. He can go through, see exactly what's going on. He can see a video stream of what's going on. He can see my battery, so on and so forth, right? What's most important about Safe is that it was designed for these highly sensitive situations. Therefore, these were always key and really top of mind when we were designing this. So ultimately, if you want no one to see what you're capturing, all that it takes to make the app discreet, ultimately, or to make it so nobody can see what's going on, is to swipe down on the controls. So when you swipe down on the controls, for all practical purposes, nobody can see what's going on. Your screen is completely black. That top left red banner, by the way, is me recording my screen. It's not actually the app. So in other cases, that actually wouldn't show up. But what's interesting now is that my screen is entirely black, as you can see right here, but the app still captures everything. So even though I can't see the camera feed, I can see everything that's going on still. So I can see myself here, hey, and you can imagine how powerful this can be in these situations, right? For instance, we've known and we've heard of many cases where, people are pulled over by the police. They start capturing an incident. They turn on their camera, but policemen get visibly agitated, and they tell people to stop capturing, even though it's legal and very much encouraged to capture these situations. But this gives you the peace of mind that you know that everything is happening, everything is being captured, people are being notified, and basically nobody can see what's going on, and only you know that you're capturing an incident, right? You can also enlarge the camera preview in case you actually want to see what you're capturing. You can flip the camera, as I think I already showed. You can turn on your flashlight. You can essentially control what you're capturing. So ultimately, we can go ahead and stop recording. Automatically, when I stop recording, my emergency contacts will receive another SMS message saying, Mark stopped capturing the incident. And as soon as the incident finishes capturing, or as soon as the incident finishes processing, usually it takes 1 to 2 minutes after the incident is stopped, the users and the emergency contacts can see everything. Can see a video recording of what happened. They can see location data. They can see absolutely everything. And what's really interesting about Safe is not only we capture this information, but we synchronize all of it. So at say for instance, second at the 30 seconds into the incident, we know exactly what your location was, and that's synchronized with your battery at that moment and the frame of the video live stream that we were capturing at that moment. And what's also really interesting is not only does Safe capture all this information, but it stores it securely in the cloud. So say if my phone broke in the middle of the incident, all of the data that was captured up to that point would have been stored securely in the cloud. So none of this is stored locally. In this case, as I said, it usually takes 1 to 2 minutes to process an incident, so we'll go ahead and fast forward through that part, and we'll get back to you when it finishes processing so we can see exactly what goes on. Okay, and just like that, the incident is finished capturing, or finished processing, sorry. So as you can see right here, I can open the incident, and also in my dad's case, the case of the emergency contact, they essentially receive a video of exactly what happened with a watermark, so they can see more information there. Let's go ahead and focus on the user case. So in this case, the user can see absolutely everything that was captured. They can see who was notified and at what time. So my dad was notified, and oh, I guess my mom was notified also. She must be freaking out right now. So they can see exactly who was notified. And as I mentioned, all the data is synchronized, which enables you to play back the information, play back the incident synchronously. So let's go ahead and see that. So automatically when I click on that play incident button, I'll just go ahead and lower the volume right there. That's me demoing. I can scroll through essentially and see what was happening, see the frame at that moment, and see my location at that moment and my battery at that moment. So if you imagine I was walking home from the gym, you would actually see the pin moving from one place to the next as I moved in real time, and as the camera captured that movement also. So that's really interesting because that enables people to then see exactly what was happening at each point in time. Another interesting thing about Safe is it makes all this information accessible after the incident. So say you want to send this to your lawyer, or say you want to send it to yourself, say you want to send it to anybody really, all you have to do is just, again, press on this download button, and it'll compile all the data into a .zip file and send it to, well, whoever you want to send it to. So in this case, I can airdrop it to my laptop, I can send it to Filippo, my friend, I can send it to another friend, I can really do anything I want with this data. And again, it's all securely stored in the cloud, so if my phone breaks, nothing will happen to this data. And in the case of my dad, well, he can just see a video incident, or I guess a video stream of exactly what was happening. He can send this to people, he can download this for himself in case anything happened to me, so on and so forth. And yeah, that's pretty much the premise of what Safe is. There's so many other things that I briefly touched upon. And I'd love to, for you guys to go through the entire app and maybe test it out for yourself. Of course, any feedback would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching this. Bye.